Hey, Bob, how's it going? Selling your XYZ MLM product. Not too good? Not too bad? Better than you like? Are you kind of stumbling a little bit? Are you kind of hit that fear of rejection? You believe in it, you want it to help people, and you know it can help people, and you want to create a business around it, you want to provide for your family, you got that little special calling in you that you just don't feel very fulfilled going to a 9-to-5, where if they took away your paycheck, there's no way you'd ever show up back at work. It's very unfulfilling for you. Maybe you're a housewife, homemaker, whatever you call them these days. Whatever you call was amazing you. And you just want to build something on the side as well. You kind of want to get out there and work. You're just, that's not enough for you. And you kind of look at your kids, you kind of look at your family, and you start feeling guilty because you don't want to take out your frustration out on them because they're taken away from. You want to spread your wings out there and fly. You want to go spread your message. You want to go change some lives and help some people. They're keeping you from it. Great. You're in the right place then, Mom Warrior. This is Coach Spiegel. I'm going to show you how all that goes down, and you can do all that. Stay tuned. We'll get right in it. Hey, excuse me, Mr. Mom Warrior, hi. Hey there. This is your Coach Spiegel here. This goofy guy, Coach Spiegel. I got an idea for you. I think it's going to work out really, really cool. And I'm much on some nuts right now. And wow, the audio's way off all over the place. Hold on, let me fix that. There we go. That's silly. I have got my idea for you is to do this right here. Start your own show. Why not? Go around with whatever respective MLM that you're part of. What you do is you start your own show. Name it whatever you want. And just have it for the side of your recruiting for the business, for the recruiting side. You can start your own. Obviously, I train you how to start your own show for the selling the product. But as far as if you want to attract recruits, start your own show. Be like the Oprah. I would just recommend going the interview route. Just go interview people. If you are not the expert, if you don't like being the expert, if you don't think of yourself as a coach, like that's just me. Okay, this is my style. I have a bit. I don't want to say I'm addicted to it. I guess kind of addicted to the coaching side for a while. I've talked to you too. To follow the feel good. Whatever you do, that's like that kind of feels good. That's like it fires up something within you. It's fun. Where it like gives you energy at the end. You're like energy. You're high as a kite. And you're just on fire. Now, whether it's knitting or it is watching Packers. Oh, I gotta tell you about that. That's all I want to tell you. I was gonna tell you that too. Whether it is watching football, whether it is hanging out with your kiddos, whether it is just whatever it is that like fires you up. People all talk time like feeling your passion. Like, I don't know my passion. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is you do, that's like fun. That gives you joy. That like you actually look forward to. That your interests. Like what could you talk to somebody about for hours and hours and hours on end? And you search out those people. Like you meet that person where you can actually talk to them about that one thing. For a while, for years, for me, it was just Packers in high school and not even a little bit in college, but all the works I was at, it was always Packers. Like I was synonymous with Packers, and that's how I got to know it. So follow your passions, follow your feel good, whatever it is. I noticed it was. I was always drawn to it. Like people just kind of search me out for helpfulness. Like I was always the top student in class in high school, and so they would always ask for my help, like in math and science and chemistry and all that. And I'm like, well, I know how to show them, so I guess I'm just going to show them. And they'd always get good grades. I remember I was always the nerd in school. I was always like not the cool one. I was always chubby and fat and shy and still had to this day I still got a few issues about it in high school. I was very introverted, very recluse, and excuse me. There was that one guy in our class. He was a jock, and scary. It's peanut. I'm not supposed to be eating peanuts, and they ended up somewhere in my nuts. I'm like, I accidentally bought the bag of like where's peanuts mixed in, and I'm not a big fan of peanuts. And they snuck their way into the jar there. So there's just one jock. He was like a FD student, and he was like the coolest guy in the class. And I don't know, for some reason he like searched me out and asked for help for like the math class, and I taught him, tutoring him every day after school, and he ended up getting A's and B's afterwards. And it was kind of like, oh, that's my in with all the cool crowds. Is I'm just gonna educate them, and that was the fun part. I didn't like nothing came of it. Like I wasn't invited to any parties or at all, and usually didn't go. But anyways, it was just kind of like, oh, I can help out. I can help out, contribute. I remember. So he had to pass this. I don't know. Have you seen the TV show 13 Reasons Why? There was that jock that was on there, and the main character guy, not the girl that suicided herself, but the guy that was like kind of listening to that. He was helping out that jock, that guy, and that's kind of what I was going through. Sorry, Mom. Do you mind if take a second? I gotta. Just take a sugar water. Uno momento, por favor. Mom Warrior! If you got the sound turned up, you might want to turn it down just a little bit here at this moment. I'm about to get a little fired up. I'm about to get a little livid. I'm about to tell you a very bad horror story that I went through, and I'm going to get a little passionate talking about it because they went about it so wrong. It was one of my very first network marketing experience. And my upline, the guy was coaching me, not a bad guy until the moment where he said, give me a list of your friends and family. Everybody you want to introduce this business opportunity to. Did he try to qualify anybody? Did he care if they're even into business? Did he care if they're happy? Nope. They were connections of mine, friends and family of mine. So he's like, give me their names. I'm like, I'm not too comfortable with that, dude. I don't think. Give me their names or you're fired. I'm not teaching you one more thing. And so I ponied up. I did it. And it felt so horrible. I felt so awkward. I felt so uncomfortable. There I am three-waying with my friends and family. And to this day, I have friends that distance themselves from me, that still hold that against me. That has ruined that little exchange. Ruined my relationship. It's a concept that's called pitch raping. It's the worst thing you could ever do. Tell me, is it fun to get raped? No! So why would somebody in their upline teach somebody else to get pitch raped? Those are my friends and family that didn't ask for that pitch. They felt punished because they were my friend and they were my family member. How horrible! Especially when there's a much better way. So much better way. 5,000 times better ways. It's called attraction-based marketing. Tell me, have you ever went and bought something, you saw an ad on the television, or you saw an ad on the radio, or you heard somebody talking about a movie that they watched, and you went ahead and you watched it? Or you saw an ad for a cool purse, or saw an ad for a restaurant, some specials on drinks or something like that night, and you're like, you know what? Ladies' night out. You know what? I think we're going to go to that bar. Did that person did you have to have one of their clients, one of their customers, one of their patrons call you up and three-way you on the phone with the owner, with the executive, with the CEO guy to have you do that? No! So why are they teaching that? Oh my gosh! Enough! It's attraction-based marketing. It's called ABM. I show you the essentials there. I show you how to do that. So you got people coming to you. People are coming to you, Mom Warrior. You don't got to do anything. You're the hot chick at the bar. You got guys coming to you to give you, hey, baby, you want to buy a drink? Can I buy you a drink? How much funner is that than, hey, hey, guy, I'm somebody that's here that needs to da-da-da-da, and you should give me your number. No more of that. So go to freeabmcourse.com, and I'll show you all the essentials of that. Get people and customers and sign-ups and recruits coming to you so that you don't have to bug your friends and family. You just pretend you can do that if you want, but no, you don't have to. See you there. Let's get back to the show. There we go. So what you do then is I remember I was watching him. He was like the all-star football player. This guy named was Brian, and he ended up scoring a whole bunch of touchdowns. And the back of my mind, I was like, oh, I got to help do that, because if it wasn't for me, he went to pass his test and he wouldn't be playing in this game. So it's kind of like my way to contribute, even though I was still on the football team, but I was never I was sort of a good athlete. Long story there. Never mind about talking about me. But anyways, I really noticed it in college. It was, I think, sophomore year in college. We were teaching. I was in school to be a school teacher, elementary school teacher, and I was working towards my degree in that. And it was like teaching math to elementary school, because that was the name of the class. And I was there, and it was like some pretty tough math classes. Like, so one of the things was like pretty tough, and I took a girl aside and kind of explained it to her. And before long, I was like leading the small group of people, and I remember like teaching her, showing her, and then I had to walk from the classroom back to my across the dorm to my car that was parked in another parking lot, and it was like about a 5-10 minute walk or something. I remember walking there, and I remember feeling like 12 feet tall. I remember feeling like really tall after like teaching this girl that something. And for some reason that never happened to me in high school. And so there it was, and I was like, I really like this feeling. This is an amazing feeling. And I love that feeling. I get it today. I still get it today. It's just something that I love to do. And so this style here doesn't have to be for you when you're in your show, Mom. This is just what draws me in. And I've been told I got a gift for putting things in a way that other people can understand it. And I'm like, well, that's not that hard. You just, what do they know already? And I compare it to that. It's kind of the secret to teaching and coaching, I guess. I learned that from watching the movie Road Trip. The guy had to pass this whatever test, and that the guy that was super smart, I don't know if I'm that super smart, the guy that was like always smoking weed all the time, there was like a 6-hour bus ride back home, and he's like, oh, I'll teach you about philosophy or something like that. You're super into wrestling, right? And he's like, yeah. Wrestling is actually philosophy. And so on the way back, you just related everything back to wrestling for that guy. I'm like, oh, okay. I think it was Billy Madison, too, I think. Did it on there. So a great place to start. It's getting kind of wore down a lot, but not so much on like the local level, not so much on the smaller time level, is the interview style. Think of like what Oprah did. That's all Oprah does. That's all Ellen DeGeneres does. That's all the news does. Think all those news reporters, they just like, well, let's hear the news. This is what happened in the news today. Let's go interview this person that paid us thousands of dollars to be on this 10-minute segment. And they just ask them a bunch of questions. And that's it. Just ask questions. And one cool thing, I heard this story about when you have a show, now you have a platform. Instead of going up to somebody and, like, I'm talking a platform to, like, upper-level people, higher-level people, A players, A recruiters, A-plus people are recruiters. Now you have a show. Now you have a platform. Obviously, they might ask about, how many watchers you get and all that. And you can say, well, I'm starting out and da-da-da-da. But you start off local. You start off smaller time. And, like, obviously you try to go after, like, Eric Worre or Ray Higdon. Like, they're going to be like, oh, no. But think of, like, I'll talk about a couple of the downlines I was a part of. So, I got my start in, let's say, Herbalife. That's how I got my start way back then. It failed miserably. I've talked to you about before. Nothing against Herbalife. It was all totally me. And I choices I made and the fears I decided to not fight through that continue to rear their ugly head. And so, anyways, let's say my goal is with Herbalife, and then when I first time most successful was with Juice Plus, and so just so you know, I will share like my products, what I'm a part of. I don't really care if you join or not. You actually have to go through a little bit of a process to join my downline on it, just because it's not quite the focus of my business. I adhere to one of the principles that I teach, that it's you're not so much branding your product, you're branding. You're not even branding you. You're branding your company. Like I expect you to actually start your own business and to go after something and to create your own P90X system, to create your own Weight Watcher system, Nutrisystem, and then your MLM product fits into that. I explain that all in your badass Katniss pack. Show you how to basically recruit and sell like a badass 5 days. 5 days. I teach you the essentials, the 5 essentials of attraction-based marketing in there. And so what you do is, I forgot what I was going to say. So anyways, back to, when you have your own show, I heard this story here. When you have your own show, so let's say I'm on my Juice Plus. Let's say I'm my Juice Plus and I want to recruit recruiters. And so what I do is with my show, I go and I interview within my own like circle of downlines. So there's the girl that signed, my manager that signed me up, and then long story there, they went through, him and his wife went through a bit of a divorce, and so they kind of like split up, and I didn't want to be part of his downline anymore. I'll tell you what happened there. It was not so much funny as it was pretty eventful, very drama filled. And so I ended up becoming part of the wife's downline, and it's pretty awesome. And she's amazing. She's awesome. But let's say I just interviewed her. I can't tell you how many sessions I've had with her where I'm like, hey, so how are you selling this? And then she'll go off and she's like a bombastic salesperson, but knows not very much about the marketing side. She's a very hustle, get after it, talk to everybody that she runs into. I'll tell you a story about her where she's just a huge inspiration. But she's very like, get after it. And she knows a lot of fellow moms. She knows a lot of fellow people. So the prospecting stuff for her has just come second nature. And she's been in sales her whole life, and she's an awesome businesswoman. She is what you call an A player. So I could interview, let's say I started a show, I could interview her. Maybe I will. I probably will on this show before long. And, of course, she'll be like, yeah, of course. That'll be on your show. And then and the show will be like you kind of have, I would recommend for your interviews, have it more practical stuff. Don't, like, think of, like, something that the audience can run away with, like go off and do, like something they call it actionable content. It's not so much like their back history, I did this and then I did that and then I learned about this. Like you want them to say like, oh, what's your sales pitch that you use when somebody comes at you with this objection? What do you say? How did you get to be where you are? That sort of stuff. What was the book that made the biggest difference for you? So you have a list of questions, because really you're not so much interviewing. This sounds bad, but you're interviewing that person, that A player, to get on their good side. Like, and you start off in the interview, Tim Ferriss, if you go listen to one of Tim Ferriss's podcasts, his interview setup is really good. And you kind of want, if you're an A player, you do want to spend a little bit of time preparing for it. You just don't want to do it. There's the Entrepreneur on Fire, EO Fire, where he just lists, he's got the 7 questions. He just asks every entrepreneur. He interviews a different entrepreneur every single day, and he just asks them all the same 7 questions. And it's an awesome, amazing show. And you could do that form where you just send them the questions. I like let them know like it's going to be a safe environment, that you're there to find out, like to basically dissect them, to figure out like what it is that makes them so good that can get recreated for another person. And the best advice I got for you on that front is, like, if they're an A player and they are like on some sort, like if they're after impact, if they're after like helping people, if with their product and that's what they believe in, align yourself with that. Align your show with that. Say it, get it aligned with that. So it's not somebody that is like so huge, so big. And chances are, let's say you go locally, like the person I was just talking about there, she's a local gym owner, and she's very well connected in our area. She got, if somebody mentioned her name in like another state, they'd be like, "What? Who's that?" But in our neck of the woods, Eau Claire, Wisconsin, she is very, very popular. She's very, very well known, and she hasn't got asked to be on a show ever. So you kind of go off of that. So your show can be a podcast. I would. It's a little bit of setup there. Doing that, you can just do a straight up video. Just put up your video, and it can be a long, nice little interview, and where you just say, "Hey, you are awesome at this stuff, selling Juice Plus. What's been your thing? What do you attribute to? Like who do you talk to about it, and what do you say to them?" And you can even do you can even go to an A player, like someone that's in your upline. That's your the upline of your upline that signed them up, and you can interview them. So anybody in your close circle, and then that just gets out there. That's content that's out there now that can attract them, and you get a double benefit when you do it that form, because when you have that, now you forward that to when the interview is going live. You send that to that person. If they're well connected, they'll broadcast it over their social media channels. And you might have that random one person that be like, "Oh, yeah. All right, cool." And when they learn about it, because you're the interviewer, even though you're not the one delivering the content, even though they want that, they associate that with you and your show. So it's just like a big win-win-win. Huge win. So there's that format. There's the, you can do in little mini trainings like what I'm doing for you here. It can just be off-the-cuff stuff, just like your random thoughts throughout the day. It can be you just document every single day of your MLM experience, of your ABM experience, where you just almost like a video journal, video log, where you just clock in and you just talk about, I prospected 10 people today. This is how it went, and let you know how it goes. And then you just cut off. I recommend doing the interview style, just so you know, because it's super easy. People are flattered by it. It gets you in with the A players. And I heard a story. Russell Brunson told a story here of ClickFunnels fame. And he said, Arsenio Hall, he was on Apprentice. You're fired. Back when Donald Trump was running the show, I'm fired. And Arsenio Hall, they had some sort of project. Donald Trump gave them some sort of project where they had to go interview, or they had to go find a whole bunch of people and do something with it. I don't know. And so Arsenio Hall is calling up people left and right in Hollywood and everything like that. Nobody's seen them. Nobody's letting them in. And he's like, God. He sends to the camera. He goes, because Arsenio Hall used to have his own show. And he goes, God, when I had my own show, he goes, I had people fighting to get on. Now I can't even beg my way to get on, to get even a phone call with somebody. He goes, I had to turn people away left and right. That's the power of a show. Because now all of a sudden, instead of calling up a player and be like, hey, I really respect you, and hopefully you're running through your template, your A player talking template. That's in your Katniss. I always screw up those. Sorry, dyslexia kicks in. That's in your badass Katniss pack. How to talk to A players. How to recruit some A players. That's on day 3 or 4, one of those. And where I actually tell you word for word, this is what you say. This is what you say. This is what you say. This is how you get noticed. This is what you do. But instead of calling up and say, I got this great opportunity and you'd be perfect for it, and you can make $10,000 today if you want. First up, quick little tip on the A player training. Be realistic with them. Say, I really, really recommend going after A players that have their own business, but they're just working. So going after construction workers, and where this is not their real passion, when it's not their real thing that they're fires them up. So it's in construction, they're an electrician, they're something else. But meanwhile, they're big workout buffs. They're hardcore worker outers. but they own their own construction company, or they like have really bad health, or their kids are like really bad health or something like that. This is in the health and fitness wellness world. As you know, like that's what the Misfit Mom Wears are all about. They're more health minded, the MLM products. And so you tell them, you can, what happens when you stop working, George? Let's say approach George. What happens when you stop working, George? So let's say you wake up in a day and you don't want to go in. Do you get money? He's like, no, if I'm not working and nothing happens, if I don't do all that. Well, here's a chance for you where you work hard, a couple hours here or there, build up a residual income, and in about 5 years, you'll probably be sitting on an early retirement fund. 10 grand point. But you just be realistic with them, okay? Don't try to promise the moon and then leave to quit their job today. And those A players can smell through that in an instant. You're just going to have to be realistic for them. Say, it's pretty push button easy, but you got to push that button and you got to do some stuff and you got to say some stuff. We'll show you step for step how to do it, but you still got to do it. I can't do those push-ups for you. You still got to do those push-ups for you. Can't run your miles for you. Jim Rohn said that. Follow me so far, Misfit. With me so far? Cool. You're amazing. Have I told you lately that I love you? Told ya there's no one else above you. Fill my heart with gladness. Take away all my sadness. Ease my troubles. That's what you do. And done singing with that. You're still alive? Still got your ears? Good job, Mom. Good job. Yeah, so you just, so instead of approaching George, be like, oh, I got this great opportunity, and you're going to love it, and it's going to be so good for you, and you're going to be so good at it, and blah, 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 blah. And they're like, yeah, just send me the information. Blah, blah, blah. Instead, you call up George and say, hey, George, I want to invite you on my show. He's like, what show? My show. You know how you're a baller, how you're a bombastic baller, and you're awesome at this. I believe that there's something in you that we can record this little interview here, and something you can share your story a little bit and have something of your kids to be proud of you. They'll probably learn something about their old man that they didn't know before. What do you say? That's the old Ray Kroc. Have you seen the movie Founder yet with Ray Kroc and McDonald's? The story of McDonald's, but Ray Kroc was a horrible salesperson in the beginning, and I'll tell you the Ray Kroc story here before long. But he had just the horriblest, awfulest sales pitch I've ever seen when he's trying to sell milkshake shakers, and he just goes on, he drones on for like 15 minutes to a guy, and doesn't include the guy, doesn't ask the guy a single question, asks for like 15 minutes, and then at the end he goes, so. What do you say? The guy's like, yeah, I don't think so. The manager walks away out of the restaurant. So, but with George, an A-player George, you could say, what do you say? Be like, yeah, that sounds exciting. I've never been on a show before. That's what he says. I get to be on television? You're like, no, you get to be better on television. You get to be on people's Facebook. You get to be on people's YouTube. Television's dumb because it's over and done with and nobody's watching it. They get to watch you and see it all over and over and over again. Yeah, sure. And you just send them the questions and let them know that how much he's helping out the community, how much he's helping out. And you go after an A player. Go after a fellow A player. You know who makes the best A players? Well, if you want them for your MLM, think of who you would joint venture with. Let's say it's a product. For instance, in my MLM products, just so you know, I sell Juice Plus and Plexus and on the side. And so who would make a great A-player recruit? Let's say Plexus is all about gut health. So if I wanted to recruit somebody that's already in, let's say, Isogenics or Herbalife and had my product, it's like Take Team. And same thing with Juice Plus. Juice Plus is fruits and vegetables condensed in a pill that somebody swallows. So they don't have to take 17 fruits and vegetables and go to Whole Foods and spend $300 a week. They can just take a pill for $1 a day. And so that product would be really, really aligned with, let's say, somebody in the keto space or somebody in the makeup space or skincare space. Just something that's that's still aligned after the same thing, like health and wellness and looking good and feeling good, but it's helps out another way besides that. Okay, so a lot of stuff for you to think over there, Mom Ware. Think of your own show. Think of it like your own. And really, it's just you do it just because it helps organize your thought. I can't tell you how awesome it was just having a show, just like recording videos, recording podcasts. How great it is just to organize your thoughts. It changes how you even learn stuff. If you're like watching YouTube videos or you're listening to podcasts, you're reading books, you go into it with a little different mindset. You go into it with the mindset of like, ooh, I wonder what I can learn in here that I can go and teach others, that I can go help somebody out. So actually just by having a show, you get the benefits of it more so than anything else. It's worth it for that by itself. And because you can now talk about it out loud. And it's no longer just bouncing around your head, but then it's there. And you can listen to it a bunch. You can listen to it a lot. It's pretty awesome. Hey, I hurt your face so much. You don't even know that soul that you got. It's spectacular. That caring heart that you have, it's going to change the world. And that's what the mission that I'm on, is to help you, Mom. You're an angel. Help your light shine even more. You're an angel that was on this planet to shine, to go change those lives. And you're working a job that doesn't feed you, that doesn't feed your soul. That's robbing. It's robbing from the good people that need you, need your product, need your service, need to hear from you on a regular basis. You're supposed to be doing something that feeds your soul, and you're supposed to get rewarded for it. And I'm going to show you all about that, Mom. And it starts with starting your own show. It's just fun, dude. Just fun, dude, because it's fun. So you got any questions, you let me know. I will talk to you in the next one. I'll have you get listened by me in the next one. You just go ahead and click play on the next one. Are you binge watching these? Yeah, awesome. Oh, let's say you're Oh, sorry, I was going to go off another story tangent there. I just drove by a Snap Fitness. I'm like, oh, yeah, dog, let's go recruit some gym owners. I should use that as an example. I'll say that one for you for another time. Okay, cool, Mom Warrior. My cool berry misfit Mom Warrior. Go with the greatness of the beautifulness. Keep on unleashing that greatness that's in you, Mom. You know it's there. You're supposed to feel it. You're supposed to follow through on it. It's your purpose. It's your reason for being here. I'll talk. You keep being the fabulous person that you are. Bye for now. Mwah. So there was this one girl. Her name was Gina. Gina had awesome results on XYZ MLM product. Awesome results. She lost a bunch of weight. She was really happy. She wanted to tell everybody about it. She wanted the whole world to be on it. Every day she's blasting out her message over Facebook. You gotta get on this XYZ product. It's so awesome. All day long, she shows up at reunions and get-togethers, and she's blasting it. She had a couple takers. For the most part, she was walking down the street, and her friend would see her and take off running the other way, because she's like, she's going to try to sell me something. She's going to tell me about her product. I'm so sick of it. To this day, Gina is no longer an XYZ MLM company. No longer. Her friends and family that she was very close with no longer talk to her. She forced a bunch of them to sign up so that way she could make rank. Come on, please. Please buy this, please. I gotta make rank. Come on. Like, okay, here you go, sweetie. And then they no longer on the product. Poor Gina didn't know that there's an entire world going on of people that are interested in her product, are interested in making a little money off of it on the side. And you know what? She doesn't know them. They are called strangers, aka strangers. So the question is, how does Gina turn those strangers into her buyers? People buy her. People buy what she's about. Product helps. Product's awesome. But it's mostly her. And make sure that these buyers see that she is different from all the other XYZ MLM products that aren't so ethical, that aren't doing things so right, that are screwing people over. How does she get people to see that when all they see is that logo and name on the box and it looks the same, and creepy guy down the street was just trying to sell that to that stranger. How does Gina do it? When all she wants to do is help people, change lives, to make the world a better place, to follow through on this immense purpose she feels within her. It's like a plaque that builds up if she's not helping people, if she's not serving people, if she's not making a difference in somebody else's life. There's this unrolling unhappiness, just unfulfillment, unsettlingness. It's like this plaque that just builds up in her, and all she wants to do is help people. She doesn't like all this crap that's in the way. Yeah, she wants to make a little money on it. That's all she wants. How is poor Gina supposed to do that? Easy. She goes to misfitmomwarrior.com/Katniss, and she downloads the 5-day badass Katniss pack, and she gets 50 marketing degrees in 5 days, totally free. And she learns how to turn buyers into into buyers, and help change the world, help follow through on this purpose that she feels that's God-given. Poor Gina is very faith-based. She's very spiritual-based. She believes in what she does. She believes in the product. She just doesn't know how to turn strangers into buyers. She's burnt out her warm market, aka friends and family. They're sick of hearing from her. She's already got some solid relationships all about. She goes to misfitmomwarrior.com/Katniss, and she gets the 5-day free mini course. 5 days, and she learns how to turn strangers into buyers. Today, she learns it. After the very first video, she learns how to do it. And she does it without having to bug her friends and family. And she becomes a success. She ends up getting married. She ends up making $1 million a month if that's what she wants. But she doesn't. She just wants $100,000 a month. But more importantly, she wants thousands of lives changed. Because now she likes going to bed feeling fulfilled. She likes waking up excited for the day. She likes seeing those checks arrive and go and buy her kids something really, really nice. She likes taking her kids on vacations to Disney World. She does not like waiting in line at Disney World, so she likes getting the first class VIP treatment when she goes to it. And she likes doing it all, helping people, serving people, making people better, much better lives through her XYZ MLM product. Without further ado, my good dear listening mom warrior, go to the misfitmomwarrior.com/Katniss and take the exact journey that Gina just went on. Bye for now. Thank you for being great. Thank you for that awesomeness that's in you. Keep loving up on all those people that you're loving up on. They deserve your love. And you were meant to shine, Mom. You were meant to fly. It's my job, this Coach Spiegel fella, to help pull that out. It's that greatness that's in you, Mom. I love it so much. Without further ado, warm kisses and hugs and slappy kisses and some more hugs. Keep on with the greatness, with the awesomeness, with the courageousness, with the beautifulness that you are. Catch you next time. Mwah.